Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting Vobie One-Eyed Kenobi Showbie, the show that lasts for 4 or 5 hours, depending on when you tune in. When you're least expecting it, this show will suddenly emit its new special feature. Yes, at 3:30 this evening, or in the morning, or in the afternoon, or at some point, under your pillow probably, a little nudging thing will come up to you and say, "Hey, did you know it's the Vobes Show? Get up, put your slippers on, put your dressing gown round, go downstairs into the front room where it's cold and watch the show. It's going to be hilarious. There's that bald bloke with glasses and 16,427 other people who have headphones on staring inanely in darkened rooms waiting for something rather interesting to happen." Yes, that's all that goes on when you're not watching. Of course, when you tune in at the appropriate times, then the show just does what it normally does. It's some bloke ranting about something and you typing, and we play some videos and we all have a great time, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Anyway, lovely to see you. Thank you very much for passing by. It's very good of you to come in. We've got a few videos in tonight's show, which is rather nice. And we have you. Now, some of you may have been aware that there was a little bit of nut tightening and item cranking in and being placed in the side. Not doing any of that tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The nut tightening was just an exercise for boredom relieving. It worked quite well. People seem to enjoy it. But next week, we may well start cranking that up, whereby we can actually have a few people appear on the show next to the one-eyed twit in front of you. But I'm not going to do that tonight. It's too soon. We've still got a few things to iron out, make sure everything's absolutely perfect and superb. And I've got the weekend to pull the follicles out of my little brain. See if I can do that and make it nice and easy. But thank you very much for those people who came along yesterday and stuck it out for the 16-hour marathon. It was quite an ordeal. And apologise for me having to disappear to stir the pot every 2 minutes. If you didn't know that the show was going on, you missed bits of it, then I can only sincerely apologise. It wasn't actually supposed to go on as long as it did. It was really just a simple little test that Jeff Mahoney and I were doing, but we needed to actually go live to test it. We could have done it privately, but we needed a few guinea pigs, and then in the end it just sort of snowballed out of control. But anyway, we seem to have managed to keep grip on normality, such as it is in the Vobes world at the moment. So thank you very much for coming by. Let's find out who's in the auditorium at the moment, and I hope you've sanitised your seats. And are you wearing your masks? It's interesting, I was watching a thing about masks only this morning, And no, not these aren't the masquerade masks, you know, the lovely mask with the feathers and the headdresses and all of that kind of cape. No, these are the, you know, the little masks, the bits of material that we've all been told that we've got to wear into things. Some guy, I can't remember his name, some German guy was on some other program, which I can't remember its name. So this could be complete pack of lies. But basically he was saying they did this test to sort of define once and for all whether it worked. And they discovered that there was such a small amount of advantage to wearing it. But in the essence, they couldn't tell you whether people were wearing the masks who did the test all the time. So nobody really knew. And they did go on to say that actually, you know, one of the problems with these masks is although people think that they're a great thing, and they may well be, and they need so much more research really to sort of work out whether it is, the only way to do it is you mustn't touch the mask. Because as soon as you touch the mask, you've infected the mask. And if you take the mask off and put it in your pocket or you put it on a table, or there's the potential is that you've infected it. If you are asymptomatic, you may have put the germs on the inside of the mask so that when you take it off, it's suddenly on your hands. And basically the word I can't speak was the realist. I still can't say it. The realism of it, or the realistic, one of those words, pick your own. I can't be bothered to correct myself every 20 seconds when I make a complete and utter arse of myself. But the reality, that was the word, the reality of it is it's almost impossible to say whether your mask is protecting you or protecting somebody else, because you can't, and also it's if you use it more than once, it's no good. It's no good because you've got to put it to your face, you've got to take it off. So as soon as you take that mask off your face, it has a potential risk. And it's just a bit of a nightmare. But still, we go into the supermarkets, and you'll see in the supermarkets many members of staff are not wearing these sodding masks. And do you know what? None of them have died. None of them have died since March, April, when we were all locked. None of the same old staff are working here, there, and you try and think, how many hundreds of thousands of people have been by your till, have touched your till, or have touched the window, or been breathed anywhere near you? How many people? They're still all right. Anyway, we were going over to go and make sure you've got the hair sanitizer on. Lovely Julia is out there. Nice to see you. Julia M is also. We've got the two Julias, which is fantastic. And House of Babushka. I had to go and listen to Tina Turner's music. No, it wasn't Tina Turner, was it? Who was it? Was it the Four Tops? No, it wasn't the Four Tops, was it? It was that girl who had a hit with Heathcliff and Martini. Leonard Rossiter. You know who Leo Say It. No, it wasn't Leo Say It. It was somebody anyway. So I now know how to say babushka. And it got the bloody song rattling around in my head. Thanks very much. Who else have we got there? Ernie Sammett. Hello, Ernie. Lovely to see you yesterday, sitting in your house with your beautiful swallows and Amazons. Well, there may not have been Amazons, but there were certainly swallows and other birds on the wallpaper. That was fantastic. Thanks for letting us have a little look into there. Much fun with the test. Michael White is there. Is this a silent movie? Are you not hearing me? I am supposed to be going out. If you can't hear me, let me know. Evening Judith, evening Andrew. Let's have a look. Evening all, lots of people there. Heidi ho. I assume you can hear me. Everything's working here. As soon as somebody says that, I start to panic. Is there a resistor that's not quite soldered down to the board? As a capacitor suddenly blown up? Is there a dry joint in the house? Is there a dry eye in the house? Sean James Cameron is there. The Station Master's Choice. Glastonbury Gabriel. Ron Langley. Artington is there. Rasputin. Thank you. I got there in the end. It's the panic that goes through. Robert Brailsford, Linda Kane, The Green Man, Tracy Murphy, presumably Annie Murphy's also around there hanging about somewhere, and live Waterfall, Michael White, I think I may have said that, Sean James. Monday was veal stew, Wednesday was veal sausages, tonight veal pie. Tonight is veal coffee, thank you. Marriott Genealogy from G'day Dear Sport, from Down Under. He says, Adelaide was overcast today. Matches the sombre mood for my brother and his wife memorial service this afternoon. With lockdown all being done by Zoom. Call that a knife? That's not a knife. This is a knife. I don't know why I do that joke every time. Every time, same old joke. I know the BBC get you to pay a licence fee, and who wants to pay the licence fee for the BBC? Not me. I got rid of mine ages ago. There should be a Vobes licence fee because I use the same old jokes time and time again. It's as bad as the BBC repeats. Justine Jones says, "What is that on your mug?" What's on my mug is a picture of my mug. You see, I've got my mug on my mug. I don't know why I use that camera, because we actually have mug cam here. Here we are. I mugged up mug cam only this morning. Bing! And at some point it will go in focus. I'm willing it by natural coercion. Ding! Look at that. Very young, fanciable sort of bloke. Then look at that, the withered old version of the same thing. Ding! That was about 2005. That's 2020. We'd like to see a picture of 2030. I'll show you a picture of me in 2030. 2030. 2030, I'll be like this.
Why, you swines! Now I can't sell my diesel car.
Van. It's a van. I can't sell my diesel van because everything's going to go electric by 2030. It'd be interesting in your views on that. What do you think about everything going electric? Is there enough electricity in the world? Have we got to get more hamsters on the treadmills? How will we generate it? Will we need more coal stations to sort of generate enough electricity to charge the cars up? What if you live in the top flat of a store? What if I started the sentence on a premise that was actually working? Who knows? Anyway, you're very welcome to be in touch on the show. It's very nice to have you here. We've got Rick, and Rick is very nice. Kerry Baldwin is laughing her socks off, which is marvellous. I don't know what particular thing she was laughing, but maybe she's just repeating the laughing because she wants one of those Vobes licenses. And I prefer the present one, Richard. Older and wiser, says Julia M. Yes, well, thank you very much. Yes, that's very kind of you. Did you know me before? Did you watch listen to the Vobes show when it was a podcast? The old wacky version of the nonsense me? Chinese nuclear. Oh, we're all going to buy take it from Chinese. And Jeff Mahoney is there. Hello, Jeff Mahoney. Do you know Jeff? I was very tempted to do the ninja ta-ta thing, but I think I've got it on my phone. I don't know whether it works or not. Rasputin of Arlington says Richard sounded like a Dalek. Oh, when? Just then? When I went, wata! That's my ninja impression. Linda Kane says, so sad. Oh, it's to Marriott Genealogy. She says, good day, dear Marriott. And this is Linda doing her Australian impression. My sister attended her mother-in-law's funeral on Wednesday. It was raining, but even worse, no singing, and her ML a staunch Anyway, there we go. Oh, mother-in-law is ML. When you talking... Anyway, yesterday was a hoot, says Ringer Ollie. I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased about that. The best part of yesterday's test, by the way, was Ringer Ollie's clock, because it just was giving us a resounding tinkle. And if ever you wanted a resounding tinkle, that's the Theatre of the Absurd. Do you know who wrote A Rounding Tinkle? I'll let you go and work that out. Sean James Cameron from London is already on it. He's going, right, I'll find this out before anybody else. Quick. Sean James Cameron from London. Boyo. Rhonda Rita. Hello, Rondalo Rita. What happened to you? You fell off the earth. We've missed you. What happened to you? Here in California, we're required to buy new cars that are all electric in 2025. My God. How will you do that? Where will you charge them up? I can't imagine a mum and pop's garage in the middle of in these sort of dust bowl areas in America where they're driving like this. Hang on a minute, I've got to get on the right side of the car. They're driving like this, aren't they? Hey, mama. I think we're a bit low there on the old electricity. Maybe we should find a garage? Why have I gone Australia? There's Australians in America at the moment. Hang on. No, I'm doing the wrong thing. I've got to get into the preacher man. That's how I get into the American. Hallelujah. Hey, mama. I think we've got I'm going back into Australia. Well, never mind. They've been to Australia for a long time, and they've got slightly absorbed. I think we need to go in there and get some electricity, don't you?
Yes, sir. I think that's why I'm your mother, and I'm suddenly, I don't know what age I've been regenerated. Hey, maybe I'm your son. Wait, I'll take this wig off. Yes, I'm your son. Thanks, Dad. I see. Look, there's a garage.
Holy ridiculous, Batman. You're right. What is this I'm doing? Am I polishing something?
No, Dad. You're doing a bit of steering in the car. You're driving us to the. Are you still on drugs, Dad?
I sure am, son. I tell you, I never stopped taking them ever since I was wee high to a nimnammer.
Oh, that's a relief then, 'cause when you're not on 'em, you're weird.
Well, let's get some electricity in here, shall we? And then, of course, they pull up, and some old timer, is sort of sitting there crooked in his little, in his rocking chair on the thing with one of them pipes, smoking who knows what. Hey, you gonna fill us up? Hey, old timer, I'm talking to you.
Hey, Dad, I think he's dead.
He ain't dead. He's got smoke coming out that pipe. Why am I still steering the thing?
No, Dad, this time you're just polishing it. It's chrome.
Oh, okay there, son. Thanks for that. I don't need to do that no more. Hey, aren't you gonna film it?
Why, are you talking to me?
Yes, 'cause I'm talking to you. You gonna fill me up with some of that newfangled electricity?
Am I gonna do what?
We've been told 2025. It's 2026. Have you got any of that newfangled electricity?
Newfangled electricity? Why, sure I have. You want some?
Yes, that's what I've been trying to say to you.
Oh, you are funny. You're not from round here, are you?
No, luckily. I'm from back there.
Oh, back. I'll get you some of that. How many bags would you like?
How many what?
How many bags of electricity would you like?
How many bags of electricity? How many, did he say how many bags of He sure did that. Well, how many have you got?
Well, let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. We just sold out.
Yeah, so if you don't get your bags of electricity, you're going to be in absolute terrible peril. And nobody wants to be in terrible peril. How will they ever get out of it? Tune in next week at the same time next week. Will he ever finish polishing the chrome steering wheel? Will the son ever take on the wig and be mother again? And will the old timer realise that electricity doesn't come in bags, but it comes in small squat bottles? Tune in next week for a new exciting episode. Hi, thank you. Remember, this show's sponsored by KTEL. Oh my God, what are we doing on this show tonight? I think we're showing a video.
Hello, I'm like...
No, wait. You can't just butt in like that.
Hello, I'm Nigel...
No, stop it.
Hello, I'm Nigel Sadler.
Nigel Sadler? That was a man in a yellow jacket about to tell me to move my car. It's a van.
Hello, I'm Nigel Sadler.
Doesn't it look like head of security? Is that head of security? Sorry, mate. Sorry, Nigel Sadler here, head of security. Have you parked a van in your house? No, not in my house. Don't be so ridiculous. I haven't parked it in my house. Why would I park a van in my house, for goodness sake? Well, I'm come here to tell you that you've got to... I'll tell you, boy. I'm going to tell you. Hey, old timer.
What is it now, boy? I was just having a rest.
If you got any of that electricity in small, stout bottles, I've been told by the KTEL man that you sell them in bottles.
Oh, well, that's true. I'll go and have a look. I'll be right back. Why don't you sit down and just relax for a moment?
Yeah, I am sitting down. I'm sitting in my car.
Huh. Oh, yeah. I'll be back.
Meanwhile,
Hello, I'm Nigel Sadler.
we're not watching Nigel Sadler at all. We're going to the seaside for a little bit of light relief, I think. The Coast by Justine Jones. Now the question is, can you tell me what beach this is on? Oh, there we are. Justine Jones has just bloody ruined it. Just ruined it. You just told everybody. And there was I and said, where is it from? And just got out to Sunny Goring, isn't it? Sunny Goring by the sea. I don't know. Try and run a nice competition that you could have won £25,000. I've got £25,000 of mouldy old potatoes sitting in an office just the other side of here. Also, in a warehouse opposite my place, there's all sorts of exciting things. You just have to scrub out the word Morrison's, but it's all. It could have been yours. Could have been yours, but no. But no, Justine's just ruined it. I can't believe it. Can you guess what wonderful place on earth that is? And we could have had hours and hours of endless entertainment. Where is it? Oh, is it down in Torquay? A Torquay hotel bedroom window? Would you have seen that? No, of course not. You would have seen herds of wildebeest go sweeping by if it was in Torquay. Of course you would. No. Is it up in the the outer hybrids of Scotland? No. Is it Land's End? Well, land does end there. It's true. It does happen. But no. She gave it all away. Is it Margate? Is it Margate? Does it look like Margate? Does it sound like Margate? Of course it's not bloody Margate. What made you think it was Margate? That is not Margate. How can that even look and sound like Margate? It's not Margate. Thank you. Whoever said that was Margate. Ramsgate. Aha, Ramsgate. No, it's not Ramsgate either. We could still play the game. I know you know the answer, but we could pretend that you don't know the answer. Let's pretend you don't know the answer. Let's just pretend for 1 minute you don't know the answer. Hello, what's going on over there?
I've had a look in the garage there, but I ain't got no trickery-lickery in them small squat little bottles.
Well, we'll just have to go to the next garage then. Ba-dum-bum. Meanwhile, in Margate... It's not Margate, I've told you before. What makes you think it's Margate? Please, don't do this to me. It's Friday night! The Friday Night Fright. Yes, the Friday Night Fright with anyway. So that was Justine Jones sent me that just to relax us all. And my golly, how relaxed we are. God, I'm almost catatonic. So relaxed I'm in such a relaxed state. Thank God that she sent it in. If you would like to tell me just how relaxed you are, then don't show me a Star-Spangled Banner. Give us a call on 0793 4746 On Monday, we will do that thing where we bring people into little boxes like this. There we are. You could be that side. You could be over there. You could. On Monday's show. And we'll have some sort of subject matter to talk about, I think. I think that's what we're going to... Hang on. Can I... No, why is that? That's doing the wrong one. Wait a minute. There we go. Look, I can do that. I can shift myself. So you could... Now you could be this side of me and I can talk to you. But I can't do it today because we haven't got the technology today. So we're back to ordinary. Anyway, give me a call on 07934746790. What beach do you think it was? And have you got any bottles of electricity? Because these poor buggers in their car, they've run out. 2025 in America, Rita? I can't see that. I can't see that happening. I can't. Not with Mr. Biden. Sleepy Joe, how are you ever going to get that?
Hello, I'm Nigel Sadler, and today I'm going to talk about marketplaces in the quintessential English market town. And today I'm in Tonbridge, and I'm in the centre of what was once Tonbridge Market. What makes an English market town? Well, the clue is in the name. It requires a market. Towns were granted their markets generally in the Middle Ages, granted by the king, and Tonbridge had its market granted to it in 1259 by King Henry III. Market towns are always located on major trading routes, Tonbridge being at the crossing of the River Medway, with two main roads from the north converging on that bridge, one from London, one from Canterbury, and two converging from the south, one from the Channel ports and the other from Lewes. Market towns are usually characterised by having at least one main street that's fairly wide, leading into a large open space. Not always, but quite often those spaces are triangular. In many modern market towns today, the space is pretty evident because that's where the town car park is going to be. Right in the middle of the town, with the coaching inn surrounding the site. And here's the Rose and Crown, the major coaching inn of Tonbridge, right in the heart of the marketplace. At the south end of the market is the old Chequers Inn, which more than likely dates from the end of the 15th century, rather than the 14th as it claims on the wall. The Chequers forms part of a short row of medieval buildings that survive in the high street. Around the market spaces you've accumulated many inns, and you'd also have the town hall. There's a drinking trough, not in its original site, but commemorating that Tonbridge is still part of a farming community. And what was sold in marketplaces? Well, that is entirely dependent on the local agriculture. Certainly in Tonbridge's case, there's probably been plenty of sheep and pigs, not many heavy cattle, because the clays really don't support heavy cattle in the Tonbridge area, but there have been plenty of grains and agricultural produce brought here. Where there's markets, there's money, so you need some way of collecting that. So frequently there would be a market hall. Tonbridge had one, built to the south of the market, and these frequently evolved to become the town halls. And this indeed became the town hall from 1800 to 1900 on this site, where the road was widened. Well, as Tonbridge was predominantly an agricultural market, produce was sold from stalls in the central area. Now these would have been temporary pop-up stalls, much alike as we have in our modern day farmers markets, which we see on Saturdays and Sundays around the country. But over time, these became a little more permanent. And I believe the result of that permanence is the set of medieval buildings we have here now occupying the centre portion of the marketplace. Tonbridge Market as such no longer exists in its old form. It's now in the railway station car park on a Saturday morning. So the market in Tonbridge is no longer what it used to be. But I find it's fascinating to have that little bit of history hidden away. I hope you've enjoyed this little tour of Tonbridge Market. If you have been, thank you very much for watching and listening. Back to the studio.
There we go. That was the effervescent Nigel Sadler. giving us a market town report from Tunbridge. Next week, he will be in Edinburgh, telling us how the Edinburgh Castle was built, stone by stone. And that's his orders. Let's hope he does it. Thank you very much. And if you could take your luminous jacket with you, that would be absolutely fantastic. And blow the bagpipes all the way up there on a train. So there we go. That was Nigel Sanders. Thank you, Nigel. I really enjoyed that. It's very interesting about markets being triangular and that they're now in the car park. But fascinating stuff. We like that. That was great. If you have a market near you or got a mysterious town near you that's got a triangular section in the middle, give us a call, 0793 4219344. That's 432 1762. Give us a call and tell us whether you've got the right number or not. That would be good. It's 07491 194 441, 1 for all, 2 for 3 and 8 for 7. And somebody has rung us on that very number from outer space, I think. So let's just see who it is. Hello, caller.
Hello, Richard. It's Redondo Rita.
Hello, Redondo Rita. How are you?
Fine, just fine this afternoon. A little foggy here, but not too bad otherwise. I thought I'd give you calls, and well, actually, it's supposed to be 2035, and unfortunately, my wife recently passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
So that's really sad. Thanks for telling us, and now we're all sad.
Yes.
But you sound that you're not at sort of the end of your tether and everything's going.
No, I'm not. Definitely not at my wit's end.
Thank goodness for that, because I've seen people's wits end and it doesn't look very nice. You get them on Whitsun. No. Anyway, so you said it's interesting. I'm just reading your thing because you said 2025. Is that really going to happen?
That was a mistypo. That was a mistype on my part. I typed it again as 2035, but I think it went by too quick for you.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, if I don't see it the first time, I never look a second time. You know, I do a lot of putting my foot in my mouth once, and if I reread something, I'm going to do it twice. But even so 2020 to 2035, we've just. I mean, it looks like Boris has trumped you because he wants us to do everything by 2030. Although next week it might be 2025. You never quite know.
Yeah.
And I mean, in America though, how is that going to work? I know I took the mickey there with the old timer on the thing, and you see these films where people do drive out in the middle of nowhere. How will they do that?
Well, actually, out in the middle of nowhere, they got a lot of wind farms.
Ah, yes, I didn't think of that. So there they'll be surrounded by these massive propellers. And in fact, the wind, I mean, if it's in the right direction with those great big hair dryers in the sky, they could actually propel the cars in the right direction. People didn't think about that one.
We have some places that actually gets quite a bit of wind at times. So we use that to our advantage.
Yeah.
And they're looking for other sources too.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. So, what about? But America has a lot of flats and a lot of apartments. How's that going to work?
It says, well, some. It says for some of it. What they'll do, like say, they're gonna. It says this is not a be-all end-all solution. Of course, you have to realize, like, some of our states are bigger than the UK, as you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like California. And so you sit there. It's just, I mean, after all, we've got trees that are 30 feet in diameter. At the base. Trees
that are 30 feet in diameter.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose you could hollow them out and live in one, couldn't you? But don't tell lovely Julia; she'll be very upset. Golly, yes.
We got a few trees around that you can actually drive through.
Well, You certainly wouldn't walk to them in America because nobody walks in America. So a drive-through tree, I mean, that's fantastic. You've got drive-through pharmacists and drive-through coffee places and drive-through hamburgers and drive-through trees.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Is there anything in America that you just can't drive through? So I think...
It says even the mountains you can drive through because you got tunnels.
You've got tunnel, yeah, so you can drive through mountains and all of that. I think, by the way, I owe you an apology because I thought you were somebody else. When I first saw you come up, often this happens, I thought you were somebody else. We had this crazy lady who used to ring in, and she disappeared. That's why I suddenly said, oh, Rita, we haven't seen from you, but you're a different one.
Yeah, this is not the first time I've called in before either. But no, it says I figure it says I hadn't called in a while, and it says been busy this, that, and the other thing.
Yes.
And so I figured I says, oh, you're on. I'll give you a call and let you know I'm still alive.
Well, we're nice to know. Although, of course, you gave us the sad news about your wife. I'm hoping that you're not going to follow any time soon because we value your call. But here's a question I want to ask you: what did you think of my American accents there earlier?
Awful.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, obviously, I can do them absolutely word perfect. You know, I could pass as an American in the street, as I'm sure you know. But for the show, for the purposes of the show, of course, I have to show that element that it's just awful, as you say.
Yeah.
One has to.
This is like you were doing a little earlier for Australia.
It's
you
grim.
did that one as. But you were doing it for humorous purposes.
Humorous purposes, exactly. That's right. I'm better at doing BBC announcers from the 1940s. That is more my forte, I think. This is the BBC Home Service, a now programme for the Vobes listeners. That sort of thing is quite good. What have we got? I'm just looking at any comments if anybody wants to ask you any questions. We've been getting some in Oregon. What are you being told about? Is that cars? Oh, I bet you... Here we go. Tattoos and Tea Dragons is saying, I bet if you felled a 30-foot tree and no one was around to hear it and make a sound, would it make a sound? It's the same old... what's his name? Tandor.
Same old joke. If there's nobody there to hear it, it's thing doesn't make a sound.
Isn't that the same as Tandoori's cat? The cat that's in the curry house? No, that's not it. Somebody's cat, anyway. Cliffhanger's cat. I can't remember. It's somebody's cat and Roger's dog. So, what are you? You're retired now, are you?
Yes, I am.
What did you do? What's your specialist?
I've done a little bit of everything from working retail to construction work.
Wow. Okay. And what was your favorite?
The one I enjoyed the most was working construction in the oil refineries.
In the oil? Oh, now that's interesting because whenever you see these action thrillers, on the telly, they always end up in an oil refinery, don't they? With all these pipes.
Or a chemical plant, so some sort or another.
Yeah, well, they have a massive shootout, and there's Terminator coming in and slicing through people's arms and all of that. When you worked in the oil refineries and things, did you ever see any of that sort of stuff?
No, I never did.
Did you get any real gangsters turn up in these isolated places for shootouts?
No, but being the fact that I'm here in the Los Angeles area, some of it I know has gone on. Matter of fact, there's a power plant just about less than about a tenth of a mile from me. I can see it from the house. And they've done a few shoots there.
Have they?
Oh yeah.
Do these things ever, that in the movies and stuff, we're such a sort of tiny little country here where everything's, you know, we might be higgledy-piggledy with everything on top, but nothing really dramatic happens. And when it does, you know, it's rare. So do you ever get those refineries blowing up and or big flames coming out when things go wrong?
Oh, yes. I says, when I was working, I've seen a few of those happen.
They sound, and when they look, when you see them on the telly, dangerous. I mean, presumably they're very dangerous.
It says we had one refinery that blew up here that if it would have hit another part of the plant, it really would have been dangerous.
Golly.
Yeah, it says, and it says, another one, when it blew, it knocked out windows a half mile away.
Oh my God! So I mean, were people hurt?
Yeah, I think somebody was hurt on that one. But as a rule, most of the time, the only time you're in the actual working unit is if you have to be.
Right.
And you're trained to be.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, if somebody's half a mile away, I mean, I suppose I'm thinking in terms of English countryside. Half a mile away, you've had 4 towns if you've just gone through. You know, it's so titchy and higgledy. Whereas I suppose half a mile away is still part of within their perimeter fence, I'm guessing.
It says half a mile from the refinery. It says there were some windows blown out because that one was a high pressure line that exploded.
Wow. And
I got involved with the replacement of that line in that refinery.
My God. So that, I mean, what causes those explosions?
Things like that. Usually it's you get a metal failure in a pipe.
Right. A metal failure.
It says, matter of fact, when we replaced that with some really heavy steel pipe. And of course, that pipe was, I think, about 12 inches
thick.
So it was, I think, because I know it was stainless steel. And if I remember, I think it was Schedule 120.
Oh, Schedule 120. That's the thickest. I don't think they make it any thicker.
Oh, no, it goes up. There even goes up to 180.
Oh yes, I'm so sorry. Hang on, let me just get my book of pipe thicknesses here. Oh yeah, no, you're quite right. Yes, I just had to just double check that because often people ask me what is the thickness of the biggest pipe. That's some work, isn't it? I mean, you've got to be quite a beefy, sort of strong fella. You must have been.
Be strong, but you also got to be well aware of your surroundings.
Yeah. And do you have places, when you're working in those sort of things, knowing that these things can just blow like that, are there built-in sort of bunkers to run? I mean, if you could even get to them in time.
Usually you can't get it. The one of them goes, you're not going to get to it in time.
No. You might get there, but you may not be in all the pieces you started with.
He says, you just hope you're not too close to it.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Well, it's been a joy to talk to you and share some of these fascinating and interesting things. Will you call in again?
Of course.
Fantastic, because we missed you.
That's why I called it. I was enjoying it today, so I thought, phooey, I'll call in.
Ha! Phooey. Orlando, Rita, it's been fantastic to talk to you.
All right, Richard.
You look after yourself, and thanks very much. And we're doing this, hoping to do this video thing where we get people on so we can see them. Would you join in that one day? No, you don't have to do it immediately.
Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, I could. It says because this is on my laptop. Yeah, I could easily could have got video with you.
Oh, well, that would have been fantastic. Yeah. Well, we look forward to that.
Yeah, it says I just could get your put you on my friends list for for Skyping, you can do that quite easily. Or same with Zoom too.
There you go. Well, we've got a special feature. We send you the link, and suddenly, bing, you appear. Jeff Mahoney is the iTech master, guru. He is the guru's guru. In fact, Steve Jobs was always going up to him, asking him what this strange tablet-like thing was, because he never had seen anything like that, and an iPhone. He said, "What is this thing you've invented for me, Jeff?" And Jeff said, "Sure, it's just a little thing I was messing about with in the garden." As you do. Anyway, it's been great. Thank you so much. And we will talk to you soon, sir.
Same with you.
Look after yourself.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye. So there we go. That was Red. Now I've got it on the screen here because I kept saying Orlando Rita, but actually it's Redando Lita, isn't it? So sorry about. I don't need those on anymore. Sorry about your partner dying. That was a shame, but it was lovely to talk to you. Fantastic, superb, wonderful. So that's all you got to do, you see. When the call goes out, you ring up the Vobes. We have a lovely conversation about goodness knows what. Exploding pipes. You never thought when you switched on the show today you'd be talking about exploding pipes. And we're not talking about the ones that you put in a little bit of... what's the name of it? The shag. You know, what is it? Gripped. Oh, I can't remember. It doesn't matter. There's a joke that was going to hatch into a hilarious hoots of laughter. Ready rub and something shag. I can't remember, but it's not the pile. Not talking about that. So Justin Jones has had her moment of fame with the Margate Beach, heavily disguised there, as you saw, as Goring, lovely Goring, not boring, but lovely Goring. The waves wash us over us and make us clean, which was absolutely fantastic. And Nigel...
Hello, I'm Nigel Sadler.
He has actually now put a ticket on my car because I went to the Tunbridge Market, which was a bit of a shame. Now, you may remember, I think it was on Monday's show, the very lovely Connor's Dark Corner. We were talking about Tourette's and tics and pointing and things like that. And Connor, very kindly, to demonstrate what the Tourette's can do to you, has sent in a video. Now, this video does not contain flashlight photography. Just thought I'd make that clear, so you don't have to worry about that. But it does contain an egg. This is what is like if you have Tourette's and you're trying to crack an egg for the very first time.
Break the egg then.
It's going to be fun, right?
Huh? I need 2 for a scrambled egg though.
It's got egg in it though.
Yeah, you use the shell to scoop out the egg.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Are you fingering my egg?
Yeah. Oh, there's even more shell in there now.
I need to... So you're going to scramble it.
Come on.
Dub. I need 2 eggs.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the rest of the eggshell out.
Oh, I'll get that out later.
I don't have 2 eggs.
It's there.
Any
Yeah.
on it. I didn't actually think it would be this bad.
Today, please.
still got a fucking hand. Oh, there's so much shell in there. Look at that. Oh. Are you allowed to eat shell?
It won't matter.
Michelle!
But I want it scrambled. So you need a fork now.
So you're not bothered about that shell?
I'll get it out eventually.
It's got poo-poo. Oh. Oh my god. Eggs are disgusting.
Well done. They're not alive, you don't need to talk to them.
I don't even think that's scrambled, is it?
Yeah. Normally you put a little dab of milk in before you scramble it, but...
You people are disgusting eating this. Oh, that's disgusting.
So there we go. That is a sample. Thank you so much, Connor, for sending that in. That is a sample of daily life for Connor with Tourette's. And so, you know, if you don't know anything about it, it can seem incredibly strange. I don't know really too much about it. And it's thanks to Connor for sharing those moments that a lot of people would perhaps shy away and laugh at or treat very suspiciously and not quite understand. But I've actually employed Connor now as my head chef here at the Vobes, and next time we get venison sausages in, believe you me, with razor sharp blades, he's here and he'll be demonstrating. But no, seriously, thank you so much. That was absolutely incredible. Well done, and brave, I think. Brave to send it to me of all people, but brave to share it with everybody else. And well done you. What I want to know though is what was the omelette like? Was it all right in the end? So do let us know. You're very welcome to give us a call if you've suffered or encountered anything like that, or have a similar complaint that you have that you find people don't understand and you want to share it with us. Give us a call on 0793 4746 790 if you do that. I know that as people get older, they get strange conditions, you know, where people can't sit still anymore. I don't know if that is a variant of Tourette's, or whether that's just some motion thing. Is that in the body, or is that a mind thing? I don't really understand it, but you do see people. When my dad was in the care home, and he started to turn into a vegetable, and I say that with a sigh because that's the most awful thing that I witnessed, apart from his dying over 5 days. That was dreadful. There were people there who had lost control, and they had Tourette-like symptoms, but whether that is, I don't know, or whether that's just part of the dementia where motor things just don't work. But it is scary, and the things that we don't know and we don't understand, we find difficult, I think, as a human race to understand. But there are people, thank God, there are people out there who do care and do understand and are able to see through the strange twitches and tics. So, Connor, I really appreciate that. That sort of thing is, I think, is important. So, restless legs syndrome, says Dave of Yore. Yeah, I mean, I can't sit down for terribly long. I don't like sitting down for any length of time. I don't think it's a syndrome or anything. I want to get up and go and do things. But that's a completely different thing. Salty the Train Spotter says, oi, 100 people watching. What do you mean, oi? You've just frightened one away. It says 99 on my screen. Connor says, the shell... Don't worry, Connor. The shell gives you a little extra texture and some added calcium. Yes, it's I find the egg production quite curious, that a hen could go and peck away at all sorts of grit and various things and then end up with this beautifully, perfectly formed egg. That in itself is an absolute a major thing. Home with Mindy says, I ate the eggs and they were fine. Fantastic. Linda says, I used to treat a teenage girl with Tourette's. Very sad hearing her swear, which, and she's just deleted, which was the worst part of her. And of course, if you can't help that and people hear it, I guess people take exception to it. And then that forms an opinion of the person, which isn't really them. I mean, can you imagine what it would be like if everybody could hear everybody else's thoughts? If you verbalised your thoughts. There was a film, wasn't there, with Jim Carrey, Liar, Liar, in which he couldn't lie, and so he had to tell the truth, and so some thoughts would come out. But imagine the myriad of thoughts that we have in a day, and all those things which, you know, you might be listening to somebody and you're just saying, oh, that's a load of old rubbish, I don't believe, oh, you're an idiot. Imagine if we had that, how would we cope? I mean, I suppose eventually we would adapt, wouldn't we? But there you go. Robert Croser says, not missed much, have you? No, Robert, it's the same old rubbish. I would go and tune into the BBC. Pay your licence and tune into them. You don't want to tune into this old nonsense. But we do have quality on this show. Every now and again, we do have a touch of quality. And Andy Murphy, he brings it in droves with his very special moment.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another Moment of Murphy with me, Andrew Murphy. Today is Saturday the 7th of November 2020 and you join me on this very, very, very foggy walk to the Devil's Jumps from Cocking here in West Sussex. Right, without further ado, let's go.
The route taken is shown as the purple line on the map.
Right everyone, I've now just come up from Cocking, which is the path I've just come up behind. I am now on another bridleway. That way leads back up to the South Downs Way, but I'm going to go south down into West Dean, or the West Dean Estate. I've just come off the main path and I've just seen this very bright coloured mushroom. Everyone, I've now arrived at the Devil's Jumps. Right everyone, I'm now heading back down towards the car at the car park just off the 286 near Cocking. I'm going to enjoy the last bits of the views on the way down towards it. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I would just like to thank you for your company, and until next time, bye for now.
There we go, the one and only Andrew Murphy, our moment of Murphy, and what a moment it was. Andrew, these videos are getting better and better. Love it. And the fact you went to the Devil's Jumps made me absolutely thrilled. Been there with wonderful Cynthia Julian some time ago now, but it was lovely to go there. They were chopping the trees down. Wonderful place. Lovely walk. Enjoyed that. Thank you. Look forward to the next one. And you noticed the mushroom there. So, of course, I naturally went to my flowers and illustrated book of flowering plants or flowerless plants to look at mushrooms. And it so happens that I have the fly agaric here, which I know you know. I know all about these mushrooms thanks to Pamela Green, who sent this particular book in to me. And here is the mushroom. Look at that. The lovely Julia knows it by name and by sight and by taste, apparently. The fly agaric is found in late summer and autumn. I thought I'd just tell you this. Sometimes in pine woods as well as birch woods, and usually on poor soils. The scarlet cap and the white stalk and gills are at first completely enclosed in the white membrane, the torn remains of which may be seen as a vulva at the base of the stalk and as patches adhering to the surface of the cap. In old specimens, I wonder if it was an old specimen, especially in wet weather, the patches are washed or rubbed off and the colour fades to a paler orange red. There is a well-developed ring on the stalk. This is the most frequently illustrated of all the fungi. And the earliest known picture of it is the famous fresco in the ruined church at Plaine-Coronat in France, dating from 1291. This is not, however, the earliest illustration of the fungus. In a 1st century fresco at Herculaneum, here is a picture of something, and it's poisonous, though unlikely to be fatal. Albertus Magnus in the 13th century recommended it, broken up in milk, as a fly killer. Yes, throw it at the fly, and if you hit it, it gets it stone dead. It has been used as a drug to produce hallucinations at various times in different parts of the world. How about that? Fly agaric has a slightly more complicated name than that, but now I've closed the book. I can't be asked to open it to read it. I don't need any psychedelics, says the lovely Julia. I work long enough with Richard Vobes. Thanks. She says, my brain is messed up without it. Don't be silly, your brain isn't messed up. Poor love. Fly agaric, a trippy little thing. Used to get them around the wood where I used to go hammock wild camping. There's a thing, hammock wild camping. You go camping with a wild hammock, and in the night the hammock wakes up with a roar, swallows you up and encapsulates you so that you're in like a caterpillar in a cocoon, and you're struggling to get out for hours on end, and then in the middle of the night somebody taps on your shoulders. You open the fabric, the canvas of the, hammock, and you poke your head out, and this little bony man is standing before you saying, well, I think I've got a little bit of them small squatty little electricity in just one little cabinet there if you want to buy it. Do we want to buy it? Have we been waiting here for 10 years? Look, my beard there, boy. My beard now has gone right down to the floor, boy. In fact, my accent has gone down to the floor with it, boy. My son there is older than me now. That's true, Dad. I've got older than you, waiting for the electricity, and all we've had to eat is just one of them corn dolls. That's right, we just had a corn doll, boy. So, what do we do with this electricity? Well, I don't know. It comes in a bottle. I say, why don't we get 3 glasses and share what's inside? That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I happen to have free glasses here, 'cause it's just coincidence, really, and the scriptwriter was just too lazy to write an extra scene where I go into the kitchen and pick out 3 glasses and drop one and curse rather a lot, and as I'm beginning to sweep that one up, I drop a second one, and I curse some more, and then I slip on the shattered pieces and break my neck and come back with one of them things round my... I can't even think, even the screenwriter couldn't think of the name of it that goes around, the tourniquet or whatever it is. And anyway, I've got the glasses. Shall we have some? Yes, sirree. I think we should, don't you, boy? Yes, I do, Dad. I think we should. Well, here, I have poured them all out for you. Thanks very much. Hey, I've been polishing my windscreen, steering wheel for so long, it's actually just withered away into dust. Never mind that. Have a glass of the electrickery. Yep, I certainly will. Cheers to you. Cheers, 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 chin, chin, old chap. Chin, chin. Woohoo! Vroom! And so they went off with their new electric car into the distance, never to be seen again. Do tune in again another time when we pick up the story of the electric car. Looks like I'm doing a Hi Hitler here thing, but I really am not. I'm just trying to reach for the phone, find out who that is. Let's see who's calling in, saving us from this nonsense. Hello, caller. Welcome to the Vobes Show. Sean James Cameron from London. Hello, Sean. What can I do for you? Well, I'm just ringing it in to let you know I'm originally from Red Ruth. What happened to your accent? Can't do a Welsh accent straight after that. Clearly somebody's there. Go on. I dare you. Speak. Nope, it's hung up. Oh, well, there you go. That's what happens. Easily done. You're very welcome to ring again if you wanted to, but we do get that from time to time. Very rare that we get somebody ring up and then go, I'm too scared to speak. What do I say? What's my name? I don't know who I am. Anyway, there we are. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That sort of brings us up to the end of the show. It's been a busy old week. We did a 3-hour show last week. Not going to do an hour and a half today. But fantastic to have you. Thanks to Nigel Sadler, who I've now taken the ticket off my van. Thank you. And torn it up. To Andrew Murphy for his wonderful Devil's Jumps. That was absolutely superb. To Connor's Dark Corner, thank you for the egg cracking lesson. And to Justine Jones, showing us just what Margate could look like if only it was in Goring. To you guys who've done all the typing, and to Ronlando Rita for ringing in from across the pond and correcting my accent, and to the scriptwriter Eric, who gave us that wonderful skit about electric cars in America and wind farms that had yet to be invented. It's all good stuff. I'll be back again on Monday. I hope you'll tune in on then. There is a couple of videos coming out over the weekend and an announcement about the new dude. If you don't know what that is, you'll have to wait for the announcement. But until then, thank you so much. Enjoy yourself. Have a good weekend. Don't forget to have a shower and wash under the arms. Make sure you wear your mask, but do put it on the top of your head because it doesn't make any difference where else you bunged it. From me, Richard Vobes, it's been a joy, and next week it will be more so. Till next time, thanks to lovely Julia, by the way, for making sure that I am here. Bye-bye.